On Friday, a military court in the Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC) sentenced 3 U.S. citizens to death, alongside 34 other individuals, for their involvement in a failed coup attempt that occurred on May 19. The coup plotters, led by Christian Malanga, a U.S.-based Congolese politician, briefly occupied the presidential office before being overpowered by security forces. During the confrontation, Malanga was killed. Among the 37 people sentenced were Marcel Manga, Christian Malanga's son, and 2 Americans, Tyler Thompson and Benjamin Zelman Palone. They were found guilty of various charges, including criminal conspiracy, terrorism, and involvement in the failed coup. Marcel Manga, a young man in his 20s, was a central figure in the trial. He claimed he had been coerced into participating in the coup by his father, who allegedly threatened to kill him unless he took part. Marcel, who had not seen his father in years, testified that he had been invited to Congo for the first time and was unaware of the coup's planning. His testimony painted a picture of a young man under pressure and caught in a difficult situation. Tyler Thompson, also in his 20s, was a childhood friend of Marcel's. They had grown up together in Utah, and Thompson traveled to Congo with Marcel. Like Marcel, Thompson was convicted of criminal conspiracy and terrorism for his role in the coup. The court sentenced both men to death for their involvement in the plot that threatened the stability of the Congolese government. Benjamin Zelman Palone, the 3rd American sentenced to death, had business ties to Christian Malanga. Although the details of his role in the coup were less clear, he was found guilty of conspiring with the others. His association with Malanga and his presence in Congo during the coup were pivotal in his conviction. The trial, which attracted international attention, was broadcast live on television. The death sentences handed down to the 3 Americans sparked concerns from governments and human rights organizations worldwide. The U.S. and several Western countries raised alarms about the fairness of the trial and the severity of the death penalty ruling. Critics questioned whether the defendants had received a fair trial, citing concerns about the legal process, the evidence presented, and the possibility of political motivations behind the charges. Some believe the trial was intended to send a message about the government's stance on foreign involvement in domestic matters. The coup itself, although short-lived, highlighted the ongoing political instability in the DRC. The armed men who briefly seized the presidential office were quickly overpowered, and Christian Malanga's death, along with the capture of his associates, brought intense focus to the events. Malanga had long been a vocal critic of the Congolese government, and his ambitions for political change appeared to be central to the coup attempt. The trial involved around 50 individuals, including citizens from the US, the UK, Canada, Belgium, and the DRC. Many were believed to have been recruited by Malanga and promised financial rewards or other benefits for their involvement. Human rights groups expressed concerns about coerced confessions, inadequate legal representation, and a lack of transparency during the trial. There were also broader concerns about the death penalty in the DRC, where executions remain a divisive issue. As the fate of the 3 Americans remains uncertain, there is speculation that their governments may attempt to intervene diplomatically. The case highlights the risks faced by foreign nationals caught in political conflicts in unstable regions. The Congolese government, meanwhile, has vowed to continue efforts to maintain stability and prevent future threats to its political system. The international community will likely continue to monitor the case as it unfolds.